Good morning, dear students. Today, I would like you to the next session of noun. In the previous classes, we discussed about noun and we discussed the formation of possessives, and today we will discuss how to use possessive cases of noun. When we discussed about the formation of possessive cases, we did understand a lot of rules using which we can have possessive cases. But today's class, we'll discuss something else about noun and how these nouns possessive cases are in use. That means when we use the possessive case of noun, in what situations? First of such situation, let's talk about the possessive case. Number one, the possessive case. The possessive case of nouns is used with several things. First of all, now suppose let's say A. What is that? The nouns denoting living things. The nouns denoting living things. Nouns denoting living things means living thing we know already very well. Yes or no? So here those who are living things, we make possessive cases with them. Example, here we have given Ramos book. Here Ramos is a living thing. Similarly, man's face. Here man's is a living thing. Similarly, dog's tail. So these are the nouns which we have made them possessive case because they are living things. Okay? For non-living things, we cannot use possessive case of the noun. Okay? So, you understood? This is the first reason the nouns denoting living things take possessive case. Next thing, let's discuss it. Next is number B. B is what? The nouns denoting personified things. Nouns denoting personified things. Personified things means what? We have made them as persons. Symbolically we are talking about them. We are giving much stress on them, and we create a face. With that, we use possessive cases. Example is given. Examples like India's heroes. India's heroes. You see, India's heroes. The heroes, those we are talking about, they are India's heroes, not Pakistan heroes, not other countries' heroes. We are talking particularly about India's heroes. So we have personified them. So similarly, we can say nature's law. What we say? Nature's law. Law of the nature. Okay? Law of the nature. Similarly, we can say duties call. So this call is personified as duties call. When we have a specific call, that is a duties call. So in that case, when those nouns denoting the personified things, in that case we use possessive cases. What do we use? We use possessive cases. Understood? So similarly, there are some other rules where we make possessive cases of noun, we use possessive cases of noun, that we shall discuss about. Number three, that means C, nouns denoting certain dignified objects. Nouns denoting certain dignified, you know what is dignified? Which is very special. Designations, that means we have given some title, we have given some importance on that. Therefore it is dignified. Dignified what? Things. Dignified objects, you can say. Dignified objects. In that case, we give possessive cases to the noun. Example is what? You see, the court's order. Here is the court's order. Order is not general. It is the court has given the order. So we can say it is court's order. Similarly, we can say the sun's ray. Here, the ray is particularly, we are talking about sun's ray. Sun is a dignified object. Therefore, here in those nouns, we have made the possessive case of the noun. We used the possessive case of the noun. Similarly, we can say the words population. The words population. Words population. We are talking about the words population. That means here words is a dignified thing. So here we have given the possessive case to this noun. We can also say similar many such examples you will come across when you will read or listen. As well as you go through your book, you can understand these dignified objects taking or using possessive case of these nouns. So we can also say the thing is that the adds atmosphere. The adds atmosphere. So here the court's order, the sun's ray, the world's population, the adds atmosphere. These words are dignified objects, therefore we use possessive cases for them. Okay, next we will discuss some other nouns. Okay, let's do this. Like the rules we have told that nouns denoting living things, nouns denoting personified things, nouns denoting dignified objects, nouns denoting some other things. For that we understood those rules. But now here we use the possessive case of cases with the nouns denoting time, space, weight and value. Those nouns are coming with them. We also use possessive cases with them. For example, let's talk about time. What we are using? So, a day's journey. A day's journey. That means 1 day's journey. What we can use? A month's holiday. See, we are talking about the time. A day's journey. A month's holiday. Understood? Month's holiday. Similarly, we can have 3 weeks leave. We can tell 3 weeks leave. You see, these nouns are talking about the time. When those nouns denoting time, we use possessive case with them. Here the day's journey, a month's holiday, 3 weeks leave. These are the nouns that use the possessive case because they are denoting time. Similarly, let's talk about the space. The space. Space means what? Space means we know a certain place there is a space. We give a space. We leave some space to write the answers while questions, while writing exercises. We write questions, giving some space for answer. So this is what we are talking about, space or the area or place that is left. So here what happens, we can say, suppose we are talking about a length. That means, example, a boat's length. Boat's length. That means we are comparing over here. Whatever the length that is compared with the length of the boat. Okay? So, similarly, we can say a hair's thick. A hair's thickness. That means our hair, how much it is thickness. To express this, we are using hair's thickness. What do we say? Hair's thickness. Okay? Similarly, a stone's throw. A stone's throw. That means when we throw a stone, that can reach up to that place. That means when we throw a stone to a certain location, that can reach over there. But if we throw a stone that cannot reach 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, that means we cannot take that into our account. Here we are talking about a very less distance where if we throw a stone, that can reach over there. That is why a stone's throw, which we can also write. Similarly, we can say a needle's point. When we talk about a dot, that means the dot can be this much of dot, this much of dot, this much of dot. But here we are talking about a needle's point. That means the space we are creating is the point of a needle. Okay? So, this is what when we are talking about the space, we use the possessive case of this noun like a boat's length, a hair's thickness, a stone's throw, a needle's point. These are some of the words that use possessive cases when we are talking about the space. Okay? So, similarly, let's talk about this weight. the weight. Weight, that means the mass. 2 kilos, 5 kilos, 1 quintal. These are what we say the weights. We can give the example when the possessive, we use the possessive case with the nouns denoting the weight. Weight means what? How can we write this? A quintals rice, a quintal's weight. My house has rice, a quintal's weight. That means whatever rice I have in my house, that is up to 1 quintal, a quintal's weight. What is it called? A quintal's weight, or a pound's weight, you can say. A pound's weight. When we are talking about pound weight, we are talking about the measurement over here. Pound is a kind just like quintal. A pound is also a unit of measurement. Therefore, here we can say the pound's weight, a quintal's weight. In this case, these nouns, those who are denoting the weight, use possessive case. Similarly, let's talk about the value. Next is the value. So, we use the possessive case with nouns denoting value. Value means cost. We know the amount. That means the quantity. What we can say? 10 rupees. 10 rupees of worth. 10 rupees worth. 10 rupees worth. The value is of 10 rupees. Similarly, what a shilling's worth? We can say a shillings, or you can say a dollars worth. See, here we have written apostrophe after this s because it is a plural subject, and ending with s. As we have earlier discussed, when a noun ends with s to make it possessive, we use apostrophe after the s so that it is making it possessive. We discussed the examples earlier. But today you understand, though it is talking about the worth, that means the value. In that case, we are using the possessive case with the noun which is talking about the value or the worth. Okay? So now let's discuss another. As we already discussed that some nouns that are denoting time, space, value, weight, and other things. Similarly, sometimes we use the possessive case with the nouns when certain phrases, for the sake of shortness, we want to make our sentences shorter. Because as we know, if our sentences, the number of words in our sentence are less, people understand more and more. If the number of words in our sentence increase, people understand less and less of its meaning. Therefore, we must often try to make our sentences shorter. So, to make our sentences shorter, sometimes we need to use possessive case with the nouns. For example, you see, in certain phrases, for the sake of shortness, here you say a finger's end. A finger's end. That means end of the finger. End of a finger. Similarly, for a country's sake. So, for country's sake means here you have used 3 words. For the sake of our country means it is a long statement. So instead of writing a long statement, here we have made it short. So by using possessive case with the noun we made it as short. Similarly, his heart's content. That means the content of his heart. When we are talking about the content of his heart, it takes a lot of words and make our sentence longer. So to make it shortcut, what we have made to his heart's content. Similarly, the boat's crew, the crews of the boat. Instead of talking a long sentence, we made it short and we used an apostrophe possessive case to this noun to make it short. Similarly, the journey's end. That means end of the journey. Journey's end, 3 words, end of the journey. That means we are using more words when we are explaining that in normal statement, but here we want to make it shortcut. Therefore, we use possessive case with this noun because it is implied to make it short instead of writing a long statement. Okay, so therefore today we understood several rules where we can make possessive cases of noun. For example, we understood the nouns denoting living things, we use the possessive case with them. The nouns denoting personified things, we use the possessive cases. Similarly, we use the possessive case with those nouns denoting some dignified objects. Similarly, we also understood we use the possessive case of noun when they are talking about time, talking about space, talking about weight, talking about value. Similarly, we also discussed that when the nouns we denoting to make the shortness of a phrase, when we want to make our phrase shorter, in that case also we use the possessive case of the noun. Besides that, we have some more rules that we will discuss next class, because knowing at a time all those rules will be confusing. Therefore, let's discuss some more rules when we can use the possessive case of the noun next class. For today, this much. Thank you.